Good evening and welcome to another episode of the Power Half Hour Unstoppable Business Owner. Tonight's sponsor of the show is Camaraderie Rescue Mission with their 6-month Freedom Boat Club membership raffle. Buy your t-shirt today, get a ticket to win the 6-month package from Freedom Boat Club, a value at over $7,500. Tickets today are just $100. The monies raised go to fund our programs for our veterans. Give them the camaraderie, the sustainability, and helping them with their PTSD as well. Today's other sponsor is Dr. Joseph Daturi with his book, Secrets in Depth. This book is filled with rich and detailed information on this gripping military factual thriller that shows the depths of darkness acquired after 3 decades of service. Get your copy today on either Amazon or Barnes & Noble. With that, I have the distinct pleasure of bringing to the stage Ty Orr. Welcome to the show, Ty.
Thank you so much. Very, very excited. Like I was telling you earlier, this is a first, so I'm ready. Excited.
And you're my first active duty military member.
That's awesome. Let's go.
I know, right? I'm so excited. I told Scott I have a live one that's not retired yet.
No, I got a few years before we can chat about that, but that's definitely the goal. Just still serving right now. So
awesome. And thank you for your service.
I appreciate it.
So tell the folks out there that are listening a little bit about you, what everybody should know about Ty Orr.
Sounds good. Yeah. So born and raised from Wyoming, came from a family that I think that they had entrepreneurial blood flowing through them. Joined the military because I didn't want to go to college. Luckily met my wife, started dating, back then, went to basic training. Fast forward 15 years and a few different job swaps, or we call them AFSCs, the Air Force Specialty Codes. So I went from the enlisted side with 2 different career fields of a weapons loader, switched over to a manpower analyst, and then finally got back to college, finished my degree, and put my name in the hat for commissioning. So I've been commissioned for the last 3 years, PCS'd 7 times, and we're here now, still serving, enjoying the heck out of it, and got an awesome family that gets to serve our country, bounce around, see new things. We've been from coast to coast, different countries, and enjoyed it the whole time. There's definitely challenges, but there's definitely benefits. So I would say it was late 2020. I had a conversation with one of my really good friends about kind of a future, outside the military, of doing a consulting business. And then we got to talking. We're like, well, how can we consult about consulting for other businesses if we've never owned our own? So my buddy Eric and Susie Smith, they run ACS Expressions. They're obviously active duty military as well. He is. And Susie and him run embroidery, customization, whatever. So they went that way with it during that time frame. And the brand you see, Sworn to Serve, kind of getting back to the roots of my artistic itch that I had back when I started college. Before I dropped out and joined the military, I was going for an art major. And here we are. I guess I got too bored. We'll say I got too bored during the end of COVID, and started to create a LLC and figure out that entrepreneurial venture that we jumped on.
Right. You said so much there, and I love all of it. And it's funny. Maybe that's why I get along so well with you guys, because when you said, you got bored, I get bored of things very easily. So, I talk about one thing one time, but it all connects. Yep. It's all about the thread through everything is being unstoppable in all that we do, and yep. Being there to serve. So I absolutely love that. And it's funny that you said you went to the military to avoid college, but you end up getting your degree anyways, right?
Full circle. Yeah, that's the wife pushing and just saying, well, if you can get a free education, one of the benefits of the military is like, well, why not? Right. So the pushing that and burning the midnight oil, I highly do not recommend doing it with 2 children and a family, but we got there. So.
Right. And there's one thing that really impressed me with Ty in the pre-interview, and I said it to him, that I'm going to say it now. When he talks about his wife, everything that comes out of this guy's mouth is 100% appreciation. And it's always we serve. And I just love love that. And so I hope your wife appreciates that, because
She
when
does.
you
I mean, outside of the headbutt moments and all of that, she's been lockstep with me the whole time. So she's been through the deployments. She's been through the holding down the fort, being the anchor. So 100%. Yep.
yeah,
She's now my refiner for the brand. So if I could make 1,000 ideas if I wanted to, right? Just being creative and throwing, spaghetti at the wall and hoping it all sticks. And she'll look at it and be like, nah, I don't know if that should probably be a sticker versus a t-shirt. I'm like, oh, thanks, babe.
and I love that. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Some spouses want nothing to do with it. My husband does not go on camera at all.
Yep.
I can't even, very rarely do I post a picture of him on my social media, because I get like, take that off now.
I'm same boat.
So I get it. And I appreciate the spouses that are, he is 100% behind what I do.
Yep.
He's just behind the scenes.
Yep.
So, and that's great, and that's funny that you said, because we always have to think ahead. Like, yes, you still have time that you're serving, but thinking ahead to, what's next after the military, because the military isn't until you're 65. Well, right. It could be, I guess, but
20, we're talking 20, 22 years is what we're looking at. So we got some time before I can do an active duty retirement. Right. So, kind of, and if Sworn to Serve is the thing, I kind of promised myself that we'll run with this. And yes, right now it's an apparel brand, but could that turn into something else? Maybe we're helping communities, as and as we worked with the other members for nonprofits, since I do have a paycheck, being an active duty member, we budget off of that. And this is all kind of additional. So when we opened the LLC, the concept was never to try and get rich from it, so it's given back. So 25% of all the profits since day one, whether it's we started off doing the first responder children's foundation and given to that. And then once we found out about Liberty OVE and Scott Hendrick is my tie to Mike and what they're doing with Dr. Royster. But man, how can you not get behind that? And how can you not attempt to do, I know it might not be a gigantic contribution because we're starting, but if we're growing together, we're growing still. So since that, at the end of every month when I, accumulate sales and look at my profits and look at this and that, 25% goes directly to them. Save Our Allies is another one we've been given to. And you see their work in Afghanistan when that crazy withdrawal happened, or with Ukraine. It might not be a lot, but it's more than what other people are given. So I'll throw, for a good cause, easy.
And I love that. So when you purchase your apparel from Sworn to Serve, it's not only helping a military family, but it's also helping, our veterans. And for those of you that don't know what Liberty OVE is, I've had Mike and Scott on the show. I've had Scott on our Unstoppable Overcomers, and I've had Mike on this one. So go check out our YouTube channel and check that out. But basically, they help our veterans with their traumas.
28 a day right now. We're losing 28 a day. So if we can get upstream up it, and help them out to where their mind's right, hopefully that cuts that number down significantly. So.
Well, and I heard from Tammy Lard. Yes, oh my gosh, this morning she messaged me. We're up to 44.
Jeez.
44 veterans we're losing 44 veterans a day by suicide, which is not okay with me at all. No. And it's weird. And this is just when I found out about, I've only found out about it since January. And, we're here at Unstoppable Overcomers and Power Half Hour. We're just doing everything we can to shine the light on these programs that help, with Greg's program. They have different programs for veterans, but Liberty OVE, the one that we're talking about right now, they have what's called a TRIP protocol.
Yep.
So and actually Scott, I'll put a plug in for that, because last night Scott ran me. I had some past traumas from childhood, and the trauma that I got rid of was recently my father's death. Was just some stuff around it that was traumatic, and so I actually had the whole thing done last night, and so I went. I was on a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10, and it went down to a 0.
That's phenomenal.
Right. So shout out to Liberty OVE with that, because they do what's called the trip protocol, like I said, and it can take your trauma. Somebody can have a 10 and get them right down to 0. Now, it might not be down to 0 the first time,
Right.
but over time, and also, you're sleeping and he's had some veterans that could not sleep at all.
Mhm.
Just, the flashbacks that they get and thinking of that. And, so some of these guys couldn't even sleep.
Right.
And then after Dr. Royster and Scott have worked, and their team has worked with our veterans, they've been able to sleep. There's so many testimonies of just sleeping. And one of the questions Scott asked me this morning is like, how did you sleep? I'm like, honestly, for the first time I usually wake up every hour or every 2 hours, just to check the clock. And speaking of the devil, there he is. He's got,
Hey.
I guess not the devil. That's not what I want to say. Anyways, it's just an expression. We're just talking about you, Scott, and I just announced that I did have your trip protocol last night with you.
And this is exactly what they need is to hear, I think Mike said it on his podcast that he was doing with you. He said the voodoo, right? Well, somebody was going to do the voodoo on me and whatever else. So you hear this thing that isn't medication, that isn't whatever, and you're looking at it like, sideways, like skeptical.
Right.
I can't remember the police officer that Scott had on, I think maybe on a Facebook Live or whatever just recently. Mm-hmm. That testimonial right there, I was like, man, if people could hear this and just understand how you could drastically change going forward and not having to sit in that struggle. So from a brand standpoint and you being able to support something going forward and hearing the testimonials like you're saying right now, it's a no-brainer. It's like, how do we get this keep going? Yeah, Scott says Alicia. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, and so folks, if we can get a veteran who's at a 10, even to a 5 at the beginning,
without medication,
without medication, without nothing, and within 30 minutes or less, 30 minutes or less. So to me, it's a no-brainer. Like,
exactly.
So if you, I believe it's libertyove.com is their website. Go there, set up your appointments, guys. Like, let's keep these guys busy, because if we truly are up to 44 a day, like my insides are just like.
Well, and then they, like we were saying, just kind of sticking to with what they're doing. They're putting a gigantic concert, ride ruck. On the 24th, and Scott, again, working side by side, you create win-win conversations and win-win situations, and everybody's, learning how to run forward together. He invited me out. So that'll be my first pop-up that I've ever done, live. Cause right now it's just the website and, communication with you, like I said, first time. So I'm learning as we go that business, mindset, but, man, if we can get out there and reach them and the invite to come out there for free and then shake hands and look people in the eyeballs of who's walking around that, area and could be cleared and free of PTSD, just from meeting somebody or talking to somebody or hearing that it's not the voodoo or hearing that I can't wait to see it. So that's this weekend on Saturday. So up in Virginia, I cannot wait.
Yeah, in Virginia. So if you're right, it's some kind of run first, I think.
Like a 5K. Yep. A 5K or a 10K ruck.
Right. And then what's the other? There's something
else. They got
else.
a bike ride going on too. So they're going to get all together and do a bike ride. And then I think they're up to like 6 folks or something like that.
Right.
So.
And then a concert of a lifetime. Creed Fisher. Or is it Fisher Creed? Did I get it mixed up?
Creed Fisher, yep.
Creed Fisher is one of the headliners. Yep. So you really want to be there, folks. Tickets to the concert are insanely low at $25 for the concert. If you want to get all 3, if you want to do your run, you want to get in the bike thing. Please forgive me. I forget what the total package amount is.
I'm not 100% sure, but I know they can find on libertyove.com.
Yes. Scott, chime in. Tell us exactly here. He's excited to see you show off your swag.
Oh, I can't wait.
And that's, go see Ty. Say, hey, I saw you on the Unstoppable Overcomer show, and you were amazing. You rock. So go shake hands with Ty, and do that. And support Ty. $25 for the concert. What is it for the whole thing though, Scott, if they want to do all of it? While Scott's getting that information up there, So what kind of apparel do you have other than I see the hat that you
Yeah,
got?
so we got hats. Right now we're working with ACS Expressions, so my buddy Eric and Susie with their customization that they can do, trying to figure out how to do veteran to veteran versus going through other fulfillment centers or anything like that. So supporting each other, growing together. We got a ton of the hats coming out there, the red, white, and blue trucker hats that you see. We don't have a Canadian version yet, but I'm sure we can get one. Hey, some maple. I'm just saying maple leaves around the corner. But
Right.
yeah, we got tank tops. We got funny stuff like you see here. So we got the Only Vets parody, kind of like the good old Only fans, but we got our Only Vets. Tell me your
Awesome.
war stories. So having fun with some stuff. We got some flags out there, rest and recuperation flags. If I'm not making somebody laugh, come together, share camaraderie through the designs, I don't really want to do it. So paying homage to like the Air Force symbol that we have on the back of the jets, usually typically a star, but we got the logo in the middle of it.
Right.
So anyone that has an idea, I'll sit down and design and poke around with concepts that people have thrown forward from the first responder community, from obviously our military, being in the Air Force for this long. And then I have Marine friends. One of my brothers was a Marine. And just the jargon that we have, man, it's a lingo. And obviously, like you said, the first time we chatted, you can tell, right away, there's either acronyms flying out my mouth or some, random sit-fu or, there's all kinds of stuff that we connect with. So if my niche is going to be that, why not drive down on it hard and make them kind of get either a chuckle out of it or I can stand by that,
Well, when you said all your acronyms when you first started, I have no idea, but I'm just going with it. It's
I
just
know
that
I'm supposed to, yeah.
no, I should take a course in military
I
talk.
don't know if, man, 15 years in, they're throwing new ones at me still. So
So yeah, and so I love all that. So if you are a civilian though, can you still buy your apparel?
100%. So we got a page on there, I think a collection I put together that's called Sworn to Support, right? So I don't want one of my friends, man, I've had some crazy support. So my friends back home, mentioned, he said, I don't want to feel like I'm having stolen valor by buying some of your stuff because I'm not sworn to serve. I said, well, the difference is you are sworn to serve because if you're supporting this, you're supporting all this different stuff. So I put some designs together for that specifically to where it's not, saying that I have a most won't, we will design. I don't expect, a civilian to buy that and feel like they're like back behind it, because that's just kind of going to show the 1% of the nation that serves in a capacity of, raising a hand for an oath to support, defend either the Constitution, communities, or our country. And I get that. But yeah, definitely a sworn to support anybody that's back in the blue, anybody that's, supporting firefighters, EMS, military. These are the ones, out there that are asked to do a job and then told to be civilians, when they put clothes on, however, to turn it off, kind of like what, Scott's dealing with trauma. It takes, I'm not going to say from my perspective, because the jobs that I've had, I have not had that toll. But man, some of the jobs out there that we ask these members to do and then act like they should just be able to flip a switch and be normal. But there's the banter and camaraderie behind it that I've felt in the 3 different career fields that I've been in. And there's a level of passion that goes with it. So it's fun when you get to talking with even people that, have served, for a short amount of time, or ones that have served for 30 years. You see it. You see that connectiveness. So my joke behind the brand is, or not joke, but I guess my 3 tenets. You have an LLC, right? So it's loyalty, liberty, and camaraderie. So if we're supported around that, we have the liberty, obviously, that we have to our nation to serve and keep that liberty for us to enjoy those freedoms. The loyalty from the man and the woman on the left and the right, that you have to be game on when you're there, because if something doesn't happen or you don't do what you're supposed to when you're ready to go, and you're not, ready to react, bad things can happen. And then camaraderie. There's a lot of career fields out there that don't have camaraderie. And you can tell when they're trying to get through hard times together as a team, it becomes bickering and whatever. But man, you get in the military and you're embracing the stuff together, and you look left and right and everybody's game on, you start turning like reverse morale almost. If you're like, oh man, it's cold and it's dark, we've been out for 12 hours, now you're making jokes about it. So that's like the psycho folks that I'm out there hanging out with that would choose to do this and volunteer in. And now you're there burning up on a flight line, or you're freezing somewhere while it's like, man, I would rather be nowhere else. So it's a unique experience for sure.
Right. And I love that. And as speaking from civilian that has spoken to tons of military over the last year, there I wouldn't want to wear something that would offend them if they knew that I wasn't serving. So that's why I asked that
No,
question,
I'm glad.
because
Yeah. Definitely the
it's
mindset's out there for that. But if you're supporting this logo, you know that if you're making a purchase, you're helping somebody else out. So obviously, if it doesn't connect with you, if you don't have an Only Vets t-shirt, but have a determination defeats doubt, anybody can kind of get behind that. That's your gym, your gym t-shirt. So you look in the mirror and you see determination defeats doubt every single time. So there's definitely stuff mixed
I
in
love
there.
that. I love.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to. I quickly glanced at it. I have to say, like, there's just been so much, but I'm gonna
for
have to go
sure.
look at it this
I
week.
love
and
any
get
and all
something.
feedback, and especially from like your side of it. Like my friend said, you're like, hey man, I don't want to feel like I have stolen valor. Like I get the brand name is really there for Sworn to Serve. However, Sworn to Support's out there as well, and there's definitely opportunities for civilians to get behind it. Whether you're supporting, like I said, police, firemen, military, whatever. There's support out there for that, so you don't feel like you're like
No, I love the Sworn to Serve logo only because for me, serving isn't just military.
Exactly.
Serving can be the capacity of me help serving my
You're doing it
military.
now. You're doing it now. You're
Right.
putting a platform out there for folks to talk about. You're getting it out there to communities. Yes.
But I also know the mentality of a veteran is, well, you didn't serve, so you shouldn't wear it.
Oh.
So I've had some of that. I'm not saying all. I'm just saying,
Yep.
I've had it on both sides.
I understand. Yep.
So I'm careful on how I speak veteranese.
Gotcha. No, you're serving right now by putting us up on a platform to be able to be shared out there and share a message. It's insane. It's awesome.
Right. So you heard it from Ty. So whether you're civilian or veteran or still active military, you need to get to his Sworn to Serve website. And that isn't it just sworntoserve.com?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, perfect. So I'm just going to go back into the comments. Scott came back and said that, yes, it's $25 for the concert, $35 to go on the PTSD awareness motorcycle ride and concert combo for vets.
He's one of the ones that was cheerleading the Only Vet shirt, cracking up about it. So, I mean, now that he's retired, I'm sure he's going to have a certain amount of things that he's going to hopefully help me put on t-shirts and have some fun with.
Exactly.
Retired chiefs are the funnest.
I'm not sure what the unlimited liability contract is. Is that part of the? I'm not sure
what that is.
Maybe they have to sign a contract if they're doing the bike thing. Not sure. Scott, if you're still listening, let us know. Moira is tuning in from Chicagoland. Thanks for sharing, for all that you do for our country and others. By the way, her son just joined.
Oh man, congrats. That's awesome.
Yes.
1%er right there. I'm telling you, man, it's insane to see. I was running the numbers the other day before I made the Most Won't We Will design. So that's one of the ones I'm taking out to the concert to see how it hits. Right. So it's kind of like a gut check. It blew my mind that it is so low, of the numbers. And again, I know that they're only recruiting a certain amount at this moment in time, but just even members that have served, veteran wise up to active duty, it's a small percentage. So.
Right. And she said, yes, her son joined the Air Force. So
yeah.
That's where Ty's at. So maybe they can somehow get together. So say you saw Ty on this show.
Branch.
And then, connect, and I'll connect you two after. So Scott says the unlimited liability
I'm
contract
tracking
means
Scott.
Are willing to die for your country to serve and protect. Got it.
Yep.
Stationed at Whiteman. Crew chief.
Okay, I used to be a weapons troop, so I used to load the weapons on, not B-2s, I was on fighter jets, so.
And Scott says great
choice.
Yeah,
that's a good one. That's a unique mission out there, too, at Whiteman on the B-2, so.
Ooh, I'm excited. So, Myra, that's awesome. I forgot. Yeah, so as soon as I saw you pop on, I'm like, oh, wait, her son just served. I've been stalking her Facebook page because, she's been on the show, too.
Awesome.
And yes, I will connect you guys afterwards.
Awesome.
Yes. So I can't believe this almost 30 minutes have gone by so quickly. So, so to recap, go see Ty this weekend in Virginia isn't it the Harley Davidson?
It is in Richmond. Yep.
In Richmond.
At Richmond, Ashland area, Richmond, Harley Davidson.
Right. So go out there, see our friend Ty, say hi to Ty, buy all the swag that this gentleman has, because 25% is going back to Liberty OVE. Go out there,
We'll have
say
a good
hi.
giveaway too. We'll have a good giveaway in a good old ammo can, military style. Maybe you'll get a canteen from it. We'll have some fun stuff.
And then go say hi to my friend Scott Hendrick, who is I'm not exactly sure what his official title is at Liberty OVE, but he's one of the head guys.
COO?
Yoho?
I think he's a COO.
Oh, COO.
He is a yoho as well.
Yoho.
Part pirate now. He's
And
part pirate down there in Florida. I see him on his boat all the time, so he's definitely part pirate.
When you say that, I just think it's another acronym for what you guys are talking about. Like, because you can say whatever you want, and I would have no freaking clue, whatsoever. Scott says they're also having a raffle for the American flag gun safe.
I put my name in that hat, and I didn't win. Here's the pirate.
Well, I think, Scott, that you should have anybody that's on this show that's seeing this, their name should be entered into the draw.
There you go.
If you've made a comment between now and the end of the show, just say, hey, and we'll see what we can do.
And potentially,
I have no say in it because it's not my gig, but here at Unstoppable Overcomers, we have definitely been helping Scott try to get the word out about this big event. It is like six headliners, like for a concert. For $5. Okay. So yes, donate $5 to Liberty OVE, and then your name can be put in the draw for that. What is it? The American flag
gun safe. Yeah.
Gun safe. So there we go. And Scott, how can they donate the $5? Is there a donation button on the Liberty OVE website? Probably.
He's quick.
I know. He is very quick. He's on top of it. I keep asking him every day, how's the ticket sales going? So guys, right now I'm telling you, if you buy your tickets in advance, it's better for you and it's better for Liberty OVE. I believe if you buy now, there's a little bit of a discount. If you buy at the door, they're going to charge you more.
And
you always have to charge more. And then you have to see it in line. There we go. They can go to Liberty OVE and donate via our donation button. So there you go. $5.
$5.
Tell them that you saw the show and that you want to be put into the American flag gun safe draw. And there you go.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm scrambling right now to figure out how to set up a Square reader. Again, this is all like the business venture, right?
Right.
So I'm like, well, okay, if I'm taking physical products to sit down in a spot, then I'm going to have to take, swipe some way. So we have a Square reader. We're squared away with that. Cool. No pun.
Square. No pun intended.
We got some good 550 cord, which is like a military go-to to like tie anything up. So we're going to hang up some t-shirts so you can see them. I'll have stickers out there like crazy. I'll have some breath mints because I don't know what kind of conversations we'll have or how close we'll try and get. But yeah, it'll be a good time. So yeah, we'll have the setup kind of giveaway. So throw your name in the hat for that. And then, just good conversation and rubbing elbows with folks that appreciate, the atmosphere and the opportunity to kind of get together.
Right. And when you're there, guys, take pictures and send them to me on our social media sites, which is on our Facebook or our YouTube or our LinkedIn. And I will make sure that they get sent out everywhere because I'll make sure that Ty gets them and Scott, because we can always repurpose all this later. Right.
And we got a link up on it. You have an Instagram too, yeah?
I have Instagram. I don't really use it a lot.
Okay.
I'm new on TikTok.
I was going to say I saw that. Yeah. So I don't know what I'm doing there, but Instagram's kind of where we've been pushing the brand the hardest and obviously connected with Facebook. But man, trying to grow through that's been like one of the most difficult things to try and just understand, content creation, whatever. Not enough time in the day as a one-man band to try and get good at everything. But Scott and I always joke about it. If you're tripping and falling forward, at least you're falling that way and it's slow and you'll dust your knees off and stand up and just fall over again, but you're still going forward. So that's what we've been doing.
Well, friend, hang on because I'm getting some coaching on how to use TikTok properly. Like I haven't the foggiest clue. My videos, I know I will admit suck. But it's just because just starting that platform.
Practice,
Like
yeah.
I'm big on Facebook. I'm big on LinkedIn. I'm just starting the TikTok thing. And so when I figure it out completely, I'll train you. I'll
I'll
train
take
my
any and
military
all
guys.
conversation. Yeah.
Scott said something about brother and sisterhood of military and emergency responders.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Follow forward, falling up. By the way, speaking of that, have you ever heard any of Scott's? Okay, so Scott shared some stuff, some of his writing with me, and we're pushing Scott to write a book.
Book, yeah, yeah.
We're really starting. Or I'm really starting to push Scott to write this book because some of the stuff that he's got is like stellar leadership. And he's like,
Yep.
well, but there's all kinds of leadership books. And I'm like, Scott, seriously, some of the stuff that he sent me, I've had some pretty crappy days in the last month with, getting my grandmother into a nursing home and all this crap.
Right.
And so that we deal with, it's all normal stuff. It's all family stuff, but it's all stuff. And, we get into our moments, and he'll send me literally things once in a while, and I'm just like, man, I needed to hear that today.
Yeah.
So
I can tell you when we connected, our wives actually had met up. I can't remember how, maybe through our kiddos or something like that. But Scott and I met, and the first time I met, I was like, the ones you keep close. It's like you can be an acquaintance and go to the barbecue and shake hands, but then like once you connect, it's like you're cut from the same cloth. Like I appreciate conversations. It's more depth than just the weather. It's like, all right. So it made it very, very easy and just, I mean, when he's a real one. So.
Absolutely. So, so go see Ty this weekend at the Harley Davidson in Richmond, Virginia.
Yes, ma'am.
If you need any of those details, go to Liberty OVE website or their Facebook page. They've got all that. But most importantly, you need to go. I'm not going to put that one up. If you can see it, I'm not sure. He made a comment, but I'm not going to put that up.
Oh, I didn't see it.
It wasn't bad, but I don't need to be paid to endorse. Okay, well, I'll put it up since I said that. It says, "Thank you so much. The checks show the value to you." No, I just want a copy of the book when it's done. How's that?
Yeah.
Signed copy.
Free copies.
First two. I was thinking that was for. Never mind. Anyways, it was for the book. See, my mind can go into 100 different places at once.
I'm here.
So go check out Ty Swag. Go to sworntoserve.com. Go check out our friend Ty. Thank you, sworntoserve.com. I was going to put it in there, but Scott beat me. I don't know where I got Steve from, but anyways. Go check out all the apparel. I want to see everybody in the Richmond, Virginia area with Sworn to Serve apparel.
So, ma'am, you say that, and that's been my one goal. So I'm not like $1 million. I'm not this is just a venture to like learn on. If I see somebody, and my one goal I have written down in my little like binder, right, is like if I meet somebody or I see somebody wearing the Sworn swag, and here they are walking, I have to go stop them and be like, you just made you completed my checklist. Like now I got to make a new one.
Well, Jerry Maguire, you complete me.
You complete me. And get a big old hug. Like, what are you doing, random stranger? Why are you wearing the same thing I am?
Oh, I'm really going to have to get my butt to Florida. There are so many of you guys I need to meet in person. Like Dr. Jatori's down there. Dr. Janelle's down there. Scott's down there. Greg's down there. I really need to get my butt to Florida.
It's hopping.
Man. All right. So enough of that. So yeah, go to Sworn to Serve. Go check out Ty's apparel. And seriously, buy it. And then I want to see pictures of it on. And we are going to
Sworn Squad is the tag. So tag it on anything you got with Sworn Squad.
Come to Chicago again. Moira, I was just I had my nephew's wedding. I'm sorry. So I had to drive 10 hours. You know how driving 10 hours by yourself is like, I can't do it every day. But yes, I will come. Sworn Squad. So yeah, take your pictures, post them on social media with the hashtag Sworn Squad. Yeah. That there. Sworn Squad. We are going to get Ty so excited that he's gonna have to have another bucket list item.
All right. I like it. I appreciate the time. I seriously, like I said, the first time, doing a interview, I appreciate just the conversation that happened to where, you know, I was able just to share and chat. And thanks to obviously Scott and the folks over at Liberty OVE for recommending and connecting us. So
absolutely. We'll have to have you back on because, you know, I do believe that Oprah's 20 top 20 rules for her show applies to mine. So you have to come back at a later date.
Yeah.
For updates. So yeah, that is that is a thing.
Sounds
so
like a
we'll
plan.
have to have you come back and definitely let us know how the event turned out. And yeah, let's help Ty get sworn to serve out there for the nation. Since he is serving and protecting for us, we need to reciprocate here and show him the love and have the apparel all around. So
I appreciate it.
Absolutely, my friend. Thanks for joining us. Is there any last words that you want to leave our guests with?
No last words. You covered all of it. You got the website, you got the tag, you got information about the Liberty OVE. I think check. So I appreciate it.
Perfect. So guys, with that, be unstoppable in all that you do. And we'll see you same time, same channel next week. Bye for now.
Thank you.